So there you are, there's our first contest for you. Coming to the ring now, Jakov Gospic. He's originally from Croatia, from Zadar in Croatia. 9 wins, 2 defeats in 11 outings. But he's essentially a 4- and 6-round fighter. Here he is boxing a 10-rounder against Erkan Teper, who's won 5, lost 3 in 5 starts. So it's rather interesting, Richie, that 2 men should go from 4- and 6-round class bang up to 10, and a title at that. Is the vacant WBC Mediterranean title.
And Teper's undefeated as well, isn't he? So, yeah, it's an interesting contest, this one. Gospic himself, I mean, he's won his last fight. He's only got 2 defeats in his 11 contests. And, of course, Teper is undefeated in the 5. So, but my money's on Teper here. He's the man who's at home.
Absolutely right, and we've come, of course, from Marrakesh up to Göppingen, and it just never stops, Richie, does it?
We're certainly on the move.
So here he comes in, Erkan Teper, coming to the ring, 29 years of age, and as Richie said, undefeated, but more interestingly, he's actually 6 feet 5 inches tall. He's a big boy. Began boxing professionally just last year, and he's racked up 5 straight wins, including a win over Robert Hawkins last time out. And I've got to say, Hawkins was not the man that we knew 10 years ago. But having said that, who is?
He started his career well, Teper, didn't he? I mean, he knocked out his first 3 opponents, and then he's got 2 points wins in his last 2. But yeah, he's a big fella, strong, and I'd like to see if he's got a bit of power here tonight. I've read various reports on him. He's not a bad boxer, but being that size, they should take advantage and start using those power shots.
So there is then Erkan Teper. Comes from Aalen, up in the north.
Ich darf Ihnen beide Boxer vorstellen. In der roten Ecke Jakov Gospic. Ist 1,85 groß, wiegt 107,0 Kilo, 27 Jahre alt, aus Zadar in Kroatien. Hat 11 Kämpfe, 9 Siege, 8 durch K.O. In seiner Ecke sein Trainer Ante Matas.
Well, despite having more experience than Teper, he could be on the short end here. Sorry, Teper, my apologies.
Ist 1,95 groß, wiegt 113,0 Kilo, 29 Jahre alt, aus Aalen in Westfalen. Hat 5 Kämpfe, 5 Siege, 3 durch K.O. In seiner Ecke sein Trainer Conny Mittermeier, der frühere deutsche Meister. Der Ringrichter dieses Fights kommt aus Frankreich, Robin Dolpier. Die Punktrichter Massimo
our referee Robin Dolpier from
Jürgen Langos
France.
aus Deutschland und Petrak Alexic aus Montenegro. Der Supervisor kommt aus Tunesien, Husin Huici.
So this one is scheduled for 10 rounds. As I said, I'm a little bit trepidatious about both rounds stepping up from 4- and 6-round class out to a title fight in the 10-round category. And quite how, in fact, either of these qualify for the vacant WBC Mediterranean title is beyond me. Gospic, of course, comes from an area that is surrounded by the Adriatic Sea, and the last time I looked, Germany was nowhere near the Mediterranean. But there you go. What do you reckon, Richie?
I think they've just, well, they've made this title up, haven't they, Steve? And got 2 guys who seem to fit the bill in terms of size and weight, and they're in there, you know, it makes up a fight. But yeah, it's a bit of a mystery.
So the EWS Arena in Göppingen, then absolutely packed to the rafters here. And looking forward, of course, to the beginning of our match to kick us off here tonight. So here we go then, 10 rounds potentially in front of us to decide the destination of the vacant WBC Mediterranean heavyweight title. Regardless of where these two are from, it makes no difference to us. But there you go. That's life. That's how boxing has turned out these days. If you got, as Richie said, if you got someone who fits the bill, bung them in. So round 1 then of a schedule 10 coming up, and Erkan Teper, obviously a big favourite for this, and it may not last a great deal of time, this one. Jakov Gospic, well, as Richie said, he's lost 2. He won his last, but he was beaten prior to that by another fighter, by the way, who'd been unbeaten in 5, just as Teper is. Big lad as well, Gospic. He's 6 feet. Well, I think he's slightly taller. Yes, he is. He's 6'6". 2 big boys.
Big fellas, yeah. Teper straight away, centre of the ring, obviously very confident. Gospic on the outside, just taking a look. But like I said, Steve, Teper, with those first 3 fights that he had knockouts. He showed he had some power there. Last couple have been over 6 rounds, which won't have done him any harm at all. It's good to get rounds under your belt. But being that size, then I like to see him probably concentrate on some power shots.
Indeed, but I don't think either of these 2 men have got a great deal of speed about them, nor artistry come to that. But then again, having said that, they are reasonably inexperienced. Only 16 fights between them. But I will be forever baffled as to how either of these can actually fit the criteria required to become a Mediterranean champion. Enough of that. This is, of course, a heavyweight contest. Well, a pretty trepidatious start from the pair of them, Richie.
Yeah, pretty slow, isn't it, at the moment? Just having a look at each other, taking a look.
Nothing wrong with that.
Teper a bit flat-footed. So is Gospic, to be quite honest, but he's just moving around the ring, isn't he, and just taking a look.
And one of the reasons, of course, that both of these men were fighting at 4- and 6-round class is that they are 4- and 6-round class fighters. And to bung them up to 10, that might not do them a big favour, Richie.
It may explain the slow start from both of them, really. It's a very low work rate, isn't it? And
because they want to get the 10 out of this, if they have to.
If they have to go 10, then they're just pacing themselves. But I always find the crowds, you know, Steve, in Germany, very strange, very quiet at times. Takes a lot to get the crowds here going.
Yeah, but they react differently to British fight crowds, don't they, Richie? In as much as, I mean,
totally different, yeah.
They're very happy to sit through something that's very scientific, as opposed to us. You know, we love to see a good old punch-up. It's not like that in Germany. Well, there's the end of the first round. Not a great deal between them either. I'm going to call that one level, to be honest with you, Rich.
Yeah, tough one to score.
And you know, a pretty slow start there between these 2. So Jakov Gospic from Croatia. As I said before, 9 wins, 8 inside the limit, 2 defeats in 11 outings. Lost his 3rd fight, lost his 2nd to last, but nothing gone wrong for him since then.
And just looking at his record as well, Steve, Gospic, he's only fought, I think, 1 fighter with a winning record. Sorry, 2 fighters with a winning record out of those 11 contests, so very inexperienced.
Yes, absolutely right. One who beat him had 1 fight and had won it, and the other one who beat him had 5 fights and won them all. So, you know, I mean, it doesn't augur well from here against Teper. Round 2 of a scheduled 10. Just let me remind you once again, bizarrely, the vacant WBC Mediterranean heavyweight title on the line here. It's a fairly new title, by the way. It was inaugurated about a year ago, if not slightly more, actually. And I hate to say it, but I was one of those calling for it, but I didn't call for this. On the strength that you know, the Mediterranean area had improved dramatically in boxing terms. The Greeks, the Turks, especially. North Africa,
yeah.
You know, they've all come on a bomb, haven't they?
Well, especially the Turkish amateurs. I mean, they're very, very good boxers. They've got a good squad of boxers coming through from Turkey.
Well, we've got one of them on here later, Selçuk Aydin. So a bit of meaningful work there from Teper. Nice uppercut.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. He's working well behind his jab now as well, Teper. He's finding his range. And just brought that uppercut up to the middle. That was a good punch. I think the key for Gospic here is to keep moving. I think if he stands in front of Teper, then it'll be much easier to hit. So the movement is important for Gospic. Keep moving left and right, keep the head moving, because this German now is starting to throw a few shots.
Yeah, they're a little bit like big battleships though, Richie, aren't they? In as much as when they have to move, it takes them a little while. Also takes the other one a bit of time to register the movement. And I'm not trying to be rude, it's just when you're a big lad, you've got a lot of weight to carry. You know, you are naturally slower. Richie, of course, was British and, Commonwealth and European middleweight champion before winning the WBC super middleweight title. So you know exactly what this is all about, Richie. Having boxed, not necessarily at this level, but you know, you started at the beginning like everyone else does.
Yeah, obviously I think I got my Commonwealth title fight in my 9th contest. I had 8 before that and did okay. Got the title shot, a vacant shot, won the Commonwealth and then went on to European and then world level.
Yep, and it's a long, hard road, isn't it?
Well, it is, and you've got to have a... to be honest, I'd probably like to have served a longer apprenticeship before I went for a title, but the opportunity come up, and my manager at the time, Mickey Duff, put me forward, and as a boxer, that's all you're craving for is opportunities, so
sure.
you take them, you know.
And I've got to say that Richie Woodall once beat Joe Calzaghe.
What, at a game of chess?
Oh, come on, tell us the story.
Oh, the penalty shootout, we're talking about the football, yeah. It was, I think before one of our contests, it's when Joe was WBO champ, just before he fought Robin Reed. I boxed Vincenzo Nardiello on the same bill up in Newcastle, and the week before we had a bit of a penalty shootout up at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland were playing, and I've done him 2-1 on the old penalties, so I did beat him, yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah, it was good.
Great story.
Bit of fun.
Yeah. Anyway, that second round looks like it's gone Erkan Teper's way. After a fairly level start, I've got Teper round in front. I don't know how you feel about that, Richie.
I think Teper, you know, he's the home fighter as well. He certainly did better in that second round. The first round was a lot closer, but for me, Teper definitely won the second round, and he's starting to get into this contest now.
So the EWS Arena in Göppingen, in Baden-Württemberg, packed to the rafters, and this is a nice little taster. So round 3 of a scheduled 10, and as Richie Woodall said quite rightly earlier, you know, the reason they're getting off to a fairly slow start is because they're doing a distance they've never covered before. 10 rounds, and it's a big jump from 4 and 6, which is the furthest that either of these two men have been so far.
Yeah, I can remember doing 6 and 8 rounds. I started off on 6 threes. I didn't want to fight 2s at all when I first turned pro. I just wanted to go straight into 3s, and I did 6 threes, and then went to a couple of 8 rounders, I think, and then in my Commonwealth title fight, meant to be a 12 rounder, but I'd done him in the first round. And then my first defence was against a fighter called John Ashton from Alfreton. Good mate of mine now.
Yeah, good pal, John.
And he took me 12 rounds for the first time, and the confidence that gives you once you go 12 rounds, believe you me, for every fighter, it's unbelievable. So these guys are looking to go 10. They've never gone 10 before. And it doesn't matter, Steve, how much sparring you've done in the gym. To do a 10-round contest or a 12-round in the ring, believe you me, it is everything.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I've got to say I would have been very happy with a 1 2-minute round in my time, but there you go.
That wasn't a bad little shot from Gospic there, that right hand.
Yes, I thought so. But it didn't shake Teper one little bit.
He's actually got good head movement, Gospic. For a big man, he moves quite well, and he moves that head, and he's starting to whip that right hand over the top now and again. Maybe that's a shot he should be concentrating on, because Teper, as he's coming forward, he's dropping that left hand, so he's open to a right hand over the top. Oh, and that was a nice left uppercut as well. So yeah, this is good from Gospic.
Yes, he's beginning to come into this now, isn't he? realises that I don't think there's a great deal in front of him. Yes, I think Teper's a fairly strong individual, but he can be outboxed. And look at Gospic now. He's on his feet. He's moving well. That doesn't win a fight naturally. It's he who lands the most punches on the target area with the knuckle part of the glove that wins the fight, or at least should do. And I think they've had words with him in the corner there, saying to Gospic, hey, what are you doing? This guy, you know, you can beat this guy.
He's beatable, yeah. See, that's that right hand. I mean, that was totally inaccurate and way off the target, but that's the shot I think he should be concentrating on here, Gospic. That right hand over the top. Little movement from Teper, very workmanlike with the jab, but he is open.
Well, decent jab there from Teper. Another left hand there from Teper. And once again, a pretty close round. But I tell you something, I think Gospic might just have nicked that on the quality of his punches. So 3 gone, potentially 7 to go, and I've just gone in favour of Gospic there. He probably won't win the fight, but I think he just about nicked that round.
Yeah, that was that left uppercut, wasn't it? There was a left hook to the body and then the left uppercut through the middle. There's two good punches there from Gospic. Lovely jab there though from Teper. Backs his man up onto the ropes. Right hand misses. Gospic comes back with the left hook.
So Erkan Teper then in the corner absorbing the advice.
Hey, please.
So here we go then, this is round 4, and incidentally Teper is ranked number 8 out of 39 German heavyweights, and Gospic is ranked number 1 out of 4 Croatian heavyweights. And also on the independent world boxing rankings, they've actually got Teper at number 163 and 1,094, and they've got Gospic at 507 out of 1,094. So that puts, you know, everything we've been saying about Teper in perspective, really. He's ranked almost 4 times higher than Gospic, but come fight night, you never know.
You never know.
I mean, who knew you'd do Vito Gordiosi in a round?
my old man did. He says he thought I'd do him early, but there you go.
Blinking, you'd have missed it.
Yeah. I think looking at Teper's record as well, Steve, this is his 3rd contest this year, so you know his management want to keep him busy, which is always a good thing. Just the 2nd fight this year for Gospic.
And it's ironic, you know, all but one of Teper's opponents have had winning records. Well, the Croatian trying his best here to keep himself out of bother, land the punches that matter and get out of the way. And
Yeah.
quite naturally, sorry Rich, before you go on, you know, these men have trained for 10 rounds, of that there is no doubt.
Well, I'm fairly impressed with Gospic's movement, and he gets caught there with a shot. Oh yeah,
It's gone down. Yeah, lovely uppercut. Lovely uppercut there. Gospic on his knees in round 4. And that was always the thing, wasn't it, with Teper? As you so intimated earlier, Richie, you know, he's a powerful guy.
Yeah, he's got a bit of power there. That was a good right uppercut, just changed the angle, didn't he? And certainly caught Gospic. It hasn't been a shot that he's been throwing very often, but there's another one there. So he's found the target with it, and he's looking to land it again.
Well, we didn't expect Gospic to win this, but he's had his moments. It's not over yet. Nice work there again from Teper.
It's ironic, I was saying how impressed I was with Gospic's movement, but just walked onto that one.
Oh, nice right.
Yeah, there you go. There's a right hand. That was a good shot from Gospic. He knows it as well.
Yeah, and so does Teper. Long right there as well from Gospic. Well, I don't think this will be a deserved 10-8 round for Teper, but maybe, 10 round definitely. But, if you win the round and, of course, you score a knockdown, it's going to be a 10-8 round, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 10-8 round, Steve.
Well, all of a sudden, Teper, 2 in front on my card, 39-37. How have you got it, Rich?
I've got it 39-36. I've got him 3 in front. There's that right uppercut. Lovely shot, bit of a delayed reaction, and he certainly felt it. A couple of seconds later, Gospic. Good punch. Here it comes again. Different angle. There you go. Little delayed reaction, wasn't there? And
yep. And of course,
up until then, he was doing okay, Gospic. The movement was good. He was proving elusive, and I thought he was just giving Teper a few problems with the movement, but that right uppercut there sorted him out.
Indeed.
Ringrichter 40-35, einer 39-36 für Teper. Ringfrei, Runde.
That's interesting, they're giving open scoring here. 40-35 on one judge's card, 39-36 on 2 others. So both agree with you, Richie. But one has given every round so far.
2 judges have 40-35. One judge 39-36 for Teper.
So there you are, and I don't agree with open scoring, especially not when it's given over the microphone, because both fighters now are aware.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? They tried it in the Olympic Games, didn't they? They tried it in WBC title fights, and it's caused a riot.
Well, the trouble in the Olympics, when they know the score, I mean, if you're 2 or 3 points up, what you find is the boxers start to run, don't they? Literally run for their life, and just to see the time out to get the medal or whatever. And it's caused loads of problems, Steve.
Exactly, and when there was open scoring in world title fights, that caused an absolute scream as well. I mean, the fans, especially if they didn't agree with the score.
Well, that's it. If they don't agree, they can actually try and get to the ring and hassle the judges. Then, I mean, you're causing all sorts of problems. Better work from Gospic. He's got through the good couple of shots there.
Yeah, despite the nosebleed. No, not into open scoring one little bit. 2 judges have got it 40-35 in Teper's favour, and one has it 39-36.
Lovely 1-2 combination there, and a left hook to the body. The problem at the moment Gospic has got is his work isn't troubling Teper in terms of the power. Isn't hurting him at all.
Absolutely. And at this weight, you've got to be able to deliver a punch that hurts. And let's face it, Richie, when you go to see a heavyweight, you want to see a knockout.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's the division that, in a lot of cases, it's very exciting because one punch can change a fight, literally in heavyweight division, but with heavyweights, you know that
particularly
that's very apparent, isn't it?
Well, Gospic once again the busier of the 2, of that there is no doubt, but I don't think he's being quite as effective because he can't break the proverbial egg.
Oh, lovely shot again. That was a brilliant shot through the middle.
That's the one that'll do it for him, isn't it?
Yeah. And you know what, Steve? The judges will forget all the work that Gospic has done in the first 2 minutes of this round. They remember those quality shots from Teper.
Yeah, that's life. Yeah, Teper just about nicks that round. And despite the open scoring, I'm going to go with my original. I've got it 49-46. Richie, you've got it
49-45. And Gospic was unlucky in that round because up until that last 30 or 40 seconds he was doing quite well, but he just got caught with some good shots towards the end of the round.
Yeah, nick on the nose though for Teper now.
This was good work at the start of the round. This was earlier on, working to the body and the head. It was good stuff.
Yeah, but as you said, a bit of positive work from Teper towards the end.
Yeah,
and all that would have been forgotten.
There's that right uppercut. That really changed things, didn't it?
Den richtigen Zeitpunkt, dann fällt er.
Ringfrei, Runde 6.
Yep, round 6 here. 5 gone, 5 to go. This is the halfway point. So just to remind you once again, we're looking at Jakov Gospic in the black and white shorts in action here against Erkan Teper in the black and white shorts. That's why they have a change of colour. No, Teper on the right. Referee Robin Delpierre from France.
Little sneaky right hand again from Gospic. If he just had a little bit more power with that shot, could make, you know, could be a hell of a difference here. But they seem to be bouncing off the chin of Teper. No real problem at all for him.
There's no great power behind those shots either, Richie, is there?
No.
And if you're wondering what's happened to Teper's shorts, it's actually his protector has ridden up above. Very untidy.
Gospic, you mean, Steve?
Sorry, Gospic, yes.
Yeah. Look, there it is again, look. I mean, that right hand from Gospic, time and time again, he's catching Teper with it, but no real effect. There's no real power there, is there?
Well, I wouldn't advocate this, but I think Teper could put his hands round his waist and not worry about a single punch that Gospic throws. You know, his power is minimal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I would want to take a shot from him, but that's not the point, is it? You know, I'm not Teper.
Well, Teper's got the confidence now. He's felt the power of Gospic, and he's very confident that he can walk through him.
What power? Yes, when you're this big, you know, the minimum expected of you is a degree of power. Lovely right there from Teper.
That was a good punch from Teper there. Needed to be a little bit quicker in his follow-up, but he's just allowed his man off the hook there.
And as I say, I don't wish to be overly critical, but don't forget, you know, these are 4- and 6-round fighters contesting a title over 10 rounds. It's not their fault. You know, they shouldn't be in this position, should they?
Well, it is a big, you've said it, Steve, it's a big step up from 4- and 6-rounders to go to 10. With the number of contests that they've had and the opposition that they've faced, the quality of the opposition they've faced is probably more important also.
Well, this is another round for Teper. The quality of the punch from Gospic has been quite poor. So we've had 6 rounds, now we've got 4 to go, and this is Erkan Teper, who looks to be having a pretty impressive lead at the moment. Can't see him losing this, and his opponent, of course, Jakov Gospic. That's a decent right.
Yeah, that was the best punch of the round there from Teper.
Punch of the fight, probably.
I like
the knockdown earlier.
I liked his right uppercut earlier on, but that was a lovely right hand, straight right hand. Then he works downstairs as well. So it's a good round for him, the big German.
Alles gut? Ja, schön konzentriert, wieder genauer schlagen.
Ringfrei zur 7. Runde.
So yeah, round 7 it is. So here we go, round 7, and just a reminder once again, Erkan Teper on the left in action here against Jakov Gospic. And score-wise, well, it looks like Teper is pretty much a mile in front with only 4 to go. I think the best he can possibly do here, on my card anyway, were Gospic to win this and the next 3 is get a draw. But Richie sees it clearer than that, and the official judges see it even clearer than that.
Yeah, well, I've got it at 59-54 at the moment for Teper. And I really can't see it being any other way, Steve. And just to give you an indication of the quality of opponent that Gospic has faced, in his 9th contest, he's boxing a guy who's making his debut. I mean, so there you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I can't even say his name. Can you, Steve? Vojanovic, is it?
Vojanovic.
Vojanovic, there you go.
It's probably wrong, but we'll stick with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, just to recap, we've seen Jakov Gospic box pretty well with absolutely minimal power. We've seen Erkan Teper, well, he's been landing the harder punches, of that there is no doubt. But speed, he lacks.
What Gospic should be doing as well, Steve, here is that every time Teper throws a jab, you watch his right hand comes down, he's definitely open to a left hook. Gospic maybe should be concentrating on landing the left hook. You watch as this fella jabs, right hand comes down, there it is, look, he's open to that left hook. So if he could just roll from right to left, and as he's coming out the roll, left hook over the top, then he's got a good chance of landing that punch.
Don't complicate them. Now, Richie, of course, very much involved in the training with his dad, Lenny, of a stable of fighters in the Midlands, and you know, you're very, very big on tactics and technique.
Well, you have to analyse opponents, don't you? And you look at their styles and their weaknesses, and you have to obviously work with what you've got in terms of ability and quality. I just think a left hook here would do the trick for Gospic.
Yes, and equally, of course, it would probably do the same here for Teper.
That was a good right hand again from Teper.
Well, Dolpier there telling the corner to be quiet.
Yeah, tactics is something that fascinates me about boxing, Steve, you know, and ring craft and positioning the fighters in the ring where they should be, and how to take advantage of different situations, and centre ring is a must for a lot of fighters, you know.
Yeah, but equally, you can win a fight on the edge of the ring easily.
Yeah, of course you can.
You cover a lot of ground, but you can still do it.
You've got to be a lot fitter, though.
Well, another round in the bag there for Teper. Yes, absolutely right. The fitness level is quite incredible. Yeah. But we've seen, look at Alan Minter. You know, Alan Minter could win a fight going forward and backwards. Yeah. I've seen him win fights on the outside.
Of course, the greatest, Muhammad Ali, the way he used to just bounce around, but he was exceptional.
Sugar Ray Leonard, another one who, you know, he could do it either way. Roberto Duran couldn't. He could only do it one way. But what a way.
Teper's round again. Good right to the body there. Missed with 2 or 3 shots before that, but that right hand got through.
Yep, round 8, 3 to go. And Erkan Teper looks home and dry here. But of course, this is a boxing match, and you can never take anything for granted. With 11 seconds left on the clock, anything can happen. I say 11 seconds because it tends to take about a second for people to react, and you can still get counted out with 11 to go, can't you, Rich?
Yeah, certainly can.
I think I was. Here we go, more scoring. (70-63), I think, on 2 judges' cards there in favour of Erkan Teper. And as I say, I don't like in the least the open scoring system that's being deployed here. You know, the other thing is, Richie, we like an element of surprise at the end, don't
exactly,
we?
yeah.
You know, if you know throughout the fight who's winning, what's the joy in that?
It just causes a lot of problems, and
yeah.
and the biggest problem I ever seen was probably at the Olympics, especially in Beijing, and you know, because it was 2-minute rounds and the actual score was above the ring so everyone could see it, and then you know the fighters are being told that you're 2 or 3 points up and you've only got 2 minutes, and they were literally running, literally running away, and the referees were telling the boxers to box on, but they were still run away, and then you hold and a few more seconds goes by before you know it's the end of the round.
Absolutely.
Awful.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I know these are both virtual novices, but I don't think they're going to be ruling the world somehow, Richie, do you?
No, just You said it. That was a good shot. He should step in here now. A good shot from Teper. That right hand again. Sort of a long right uppercut, come screw shot if you like. But it'll be going through their mind, Steve, about the 10 rounds. You know, they haven't been in this type of territory before in terms of number of rounds. It's the 8th round. They're thinking, can I get to the 10th? Can I actually do 10 rounds? Because that's what you think as a fighter, you know.
Been there, done it.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. The first time I did an 8 round, I thought, what on earth am I doing?
That's it.
But I did it, you know.
Oh, he's really hurting him now. He's hurting him downstairs as well, Teper. He really fancies this right uppercut. Oh, good shot again,
yeah.
right hand.
Yep. He's down to a couple of cracking rights so far in this particular bout. But that said, you know, I mean, when you think that he just landed a clean, well-executed punch and the other guy's still there, what does that say about Teper's power?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got enough to sting you, but he can't put you away. Well, another round in the bag there, quite clearly for Teper. So there we are. Looks like he's very much. In fact, we know he's in front because the Wolfgang Lai has been telling us the official scores as we've been going along, which, as I say, I do not like one little bit. Neither does Richie Woodall, and I think we should know, shouldn't we?
Well, I've got it. The scores now, Steve. I've got it. Oh, is that Diego Maradona?
It is.
It certainly looks like him.
No, it's not.
Can't be.
It's a Maradona.
Can't be, surely.
It's a Maradona lookalike.
Yeah, brilliant. I was going to say, I'm going to have a word with him, get him down the Albion.
Hey, they need him. Even now.
Yeah, we'll do all right this season, mate.
No, Richie's a big West Brom fan. So, penultimate round, then round 9. Erkan Teper with the shaven skull, absolutely walking this. Well, that's our opinion, but it's been reinforced really by, you know, this giving away of the official score. Nice look right there again from Teper. And more importantly, of course, both the fighters know it. So you could say, you could see Gospic say, well, what on earth am I bothering for? You know, I'm a mile behind. Why get hit and hurt? You know, I'm going to get paid the same money regardless. Forget it.
Yeah, but on the flip side, Steve, he could be saying, well, you know, his corner because saying you need a knockout here. You know, you've got to go for it.
He's got more chance of knocking me out. Whoops.
A couple of complaints now coming from Gospic to the referee. Look,
what's that? Is that his knee or his ankle or something? It's all. Oh, he's getting a count here, and rightly so. Well,
is it something to do with his
I think it's his knee or his ankle.
His shorts are coming down, I don't know.
And I don't think that's a factor, Richie. I think it's his ankle.
But when you see a boxer complaining to the referee, it's not a good sign.
No.
So Teper should take advantage here and just step it up a little bit. This guy's ready to go, ready to be finished off.
Yes, and there's only one round, of course, after this. But Teper knows he's a mile in front. He doesn't need to take any chances. And he knows that officially, just like we do. As I say, I'm not coming down on these on a personal level. It's just a terrible shame that 4- and 6-round fighters should find themselves in this position. You know, you'd have thought they'd have gone through a little phase of 8-rounders at least. But to be facing each other for a title, having never boxed beyond 6, and I think they've only ever done that a couple of times each.
I think it's careful matchmaking, certainly on the German side, in terms of the boxing opponent who has never gone 10 rounds himself. So even though their man's never gone 10 rounds, well, the opponent hasn't either.
Yeah. Yeah, well, put it this way, Gospic has never won a fight over 6 rounds, and Teper has won 2 over 6 rounds. So, you know, that's it. That is the full extent of their careers.
Well, it's the first time I've seen Teper. I've read certain reports on him that he'd got power, and look at that, there you go.
It's a beauty. Didn't we say in round 2 that that was the punch that would finish it?
Yeah, that uppercut on cue.
It's all over. Robin Dolpierre has sent it back to his corner, so an excellent win there in 9 rounds. That's what you call a technical count-out. Or technical knockout. If the referee, of course, had got to 10, it would have been called a technical count-out, not a TKO. This was a technical knockout.
Well, what a finish. What a finish. For Teper, it's been a decent night's work for him, hasn't it? Because he's got a few rounds under his belt. First time he's gone into the 8th round and he's produced a knockout. Produced that power shot that we thought he had. Good variation in his work, and he's brought that uppercut out. Yeah, good punch.
Yep. Well, our promoter Ahmet Erner, who's in the ring there, is very happy with all this. He's an ex-fighter, of course, Ahmet. He's in the grey suit just there on the ropes. Well, bad luck to Jakov Gospic. We didn't anticipate him winning, but he went down very badly from a right uppercut right at the end there.
Just lacked the power, didn't he, Gospic? His movement was good. He did have he had some good work earlier on in the contest, working with the jab, working to the body with his left hook. The odd right hand over the top that we mentioned wasn't bad, but there was no real power there. That's what's let him down tonight. And I think all that movement, all that bouncing around he did, he was tiring as the rounds went on, and then walked onto a great shot at the end.
Well, it looks none too happy. That's the 3rd defeat now on the Gospic log. And it's his first time he's been stopped. It was outpointed on 2 other occasions. Yeah, we did intimate that the right uppercut would probably end things at some point, and indeed it did.
Oh, that was the shot, wasn't it?
What a punch.
That was a belter. Just lines him up here with the jab, and then there's the right uppercut, comes through the middle.
And you see the way his leg collapsed underneath in there, and that causes major problems, you know, to the ligaments.
Ringrichter Robin Dolpierre aus Frankreich stoppte den Kampf nach 2 Minuten 59 der 9. Runde.
Oh, goodness me. 2 minutes 59 seconds. 1 second left in the 9th round.
Erkan Teper.
So Erkan Teper wins with 1 second to go in the 9th round. And bad luck to Jakov Gospic. But Teper is the winner.
Aber wir bedanken uns für einen tollen Fight bei dem Mann aus Sada aus Kroatien, Jakov Gospic.
So there we are then, that's the new WBC Mediterranean heavyweight champion, Erkan Teper from Aalen in northern Germany. And he'll be a happy man.